various aspects of Dr. Qasımloo's personality. Before being appraised as a professional politician, Qasımloo possessed a great scientific individuality as well. This great Kurdish leader, being a specialist in the field of political economy, though he had his own understanding concerning other fields of knowledge, having special interpretations about the specialities of most of different countries. That's why he has been assessed as an important political activist, consequently given proper importance in the outside world.
La mort de Khomeini va changer le scénario, mais il ne faut pas attendre la mort de Khomeini, et puis surtout, il ne faut pas, disons, créer une situation où tout dépendra seulement de la mort de Khomeini.
Dr. Qasımloo should not be looked upon solely as the Secretary General of Democratic Party of Kurdistan, because the essence of his characters contained a nationalist Kurdish entity trying to bring to the world notice the Kurdish cause in all parts of Kurdistan, and to make human community quite aware of the demands of this suppressed people whose homeland has been divided among 4 states. From political point of view, Dr. Qasımloo had a special farsightedness, a fact which had existed in his mind since his prime of life. For example, when he was a university student and during the years when he was a university teacher, he used to have friendly relations with political, social and highly educated individuals, as well as different stratum of the societies where he lived, and with individuals who have influence in the world affairs nowadays. One of the other specialities of Dr. Qasımloo was his ceaseless endeavors he took to establish and strengthen fundamental democratic principles.
Les grands problèmes du pays, les problèmes sociaux, économiques, militaires, politiques, et d'ailleurs, ils ne sont pas capables même de le résoudre parce que cela est contre la philosophie même de la République islamique. La République islamique, c'est un régime de Moyen-Âge condamné par l'histoire.
A great number of sagacious persons, especially Orientalists, believe that in the Middle East no other man has been able to understand better than Dr. Qasımloo the essence of democracy. This great Kurdish leader, both in the framework of the party and outside of it, used to be fettered to basic tenets of democracy, trying to put them into action and establish the principles concerned. Qasımloo sincerely believed in dialogue and equal rights and veneration of the other party, a matter which has become a principle for the authorities and governments. In this connection, he has said, quote,
Nous avons plusieurs fois demandé l'aide des organisations internationales. Malheureusement, ni la Croix-Rouge ni les autres organisations internationales n'ont pas répondu à notre appel. Parce qu'il paraît que ces organisations sont faites pour aider les gouvernements, pas le peuple.
There is no blessing in the present world better than freedom, which can give the people greatness and benediction, not allowing them to be made as beads. Men should do their best to be saved from being beads so that they can be turned into active individuals of their society. This clearly shows that قاسملوو sincerely believed in the rights of individuals, a matter which has been accepted as an important pillar of liberalism. This highly educated famous Kurd was a brave person as well, ready to take risks whenever necessary, a fact which is no doubt one of the characteristics of a revolutionary man. He, as a leader, never surrendered to the existing circumstances, trying to bring about changes and reforms whenever and wherever necessary. Nationalism in the Kurdish nation's struggle for freedom has a particular history of its own, and in connection with the changes coming about in history, certain highly respected individuals have played effective roles in making it ever more decent. Kurdish nationalism in the Iranian Kurdistan reached its peak during the Republic of Kurdistan to such an extent that it influenced other parts of Kurdistan. The Republic of Kurdistan having been overthrown, the Kurdish people in the Iranian Kurdistan were suppressed over some decades by the regime of Iran. Nevertheless, the Kurdish struggle continued in a limited, faint-colored way, as a result of which situation nationalism became weaker and weaker day by day. This period went on until a leader such as Dr. Qasımloo returned to Kurdistan. After his return, Kurdish nationalism stepped into a new period, experiencing a unique dehiscence. In other words, Qasımloo was trying so hard to get rid of the traditional nationalism prevalent in Kurdistan and the Middle East, adapting a Western model. A political tradition which he established was a clear unique factor in this regard. The question of morality in politics and diplomacy has been a matter of research and inquisition for a long time. Some people think it as proper to attain their ends in whatever way possible, making use of any possible instruments and believing at the same time that their interests are much more important than all other moralities. Dr. Qasımloo, as a leader who appraised the interests of nationalism, so important, and who always insisted on the rights of his people, never believed to adapt such a mechanism in which moralities are not properly regarded, and thus brought the matter of moralities into politics. Qasımloo's assassination by the hirelings of the Islamic regime of Iran on the 13th of July 1989 in Vienna brought about some positive and negative results. The assassination of Dr. Qasımloo, who had become known as the messenger of peace and justice, as well as the teacher of democracy, did a shattering blow to the Kurdish movement. That's to say, the Kurds lost a unique leader. At the same time, as a result of the martyrdom of Dr. Qasımloo, Kurdish question and their just demands were ever more known to the world and international assemblies, making known the real nature of the Iranian authorities to the whole world. As the Austrian government had and still has some relations with the Islamic Republic, had, for the sake of preserving their financial interests, refrained from investigating the question of the assassination of Dr. Qasımloo and his colleagues, putting aside the matter forever, though. Assassination of Dr. Qasımloo and his colleagues has been a crime against humanity, and all the conventions and covenants ratified by the United Nations Assembly and international organizations. A crime which has been an insult to the civilized world, as well as to the Austrian people and all the sides that have ratified the covenants and conventions concerned. Consequently, it is now up to the Austrian government to cooperate in this regard and bring the related case to open discussion. To this end, a board of independent, impartial judges should be formed to penalize the Islamic Republic of Iran and perpetrators of such a tragic event. Criminals who no doubt were affiliated to the intelligence ministry of the Islamic regime. With Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, who is now president of the regime, being a member of the second team of the terrorists. In this connection, all democratic, peace-loving centers and international organizations, above all UN, are sincerely expected to denounce this crime and thus not allowing the international laws to be violated anymore, and that human dignity should be respected and preserved. This is a just demand that should be honored by the international community.